Guys, Dashcomb is a low-code tool. He's got 10 paying customers that pay on average $200 per month. So he's doing $2,000 a month in revenue, up from nothing a year ago because he just launched about a year ago. He's got again those 10 customers. He raised $500,000 in seed funding at a 2.5-ish million valuation, sold under 20% of the business. His team is 4 folks today that are full-time, 2 contractors. He's taking a risk while his spouse helps manage the family, also working a job as well. We'll see what happens. He jumped out of corporate, a publicly traded company, to go on this journey. And Tony, we're rooting for you. Dashcomb.com. Hey folks, my guest today is Tonny Xu. He's the former CTO of cChannel, which is listed on the TSE. He's got 20 plus years developing code and now working on a tool called Dashcomb.com, a low-code development platform. Tony, you ready to take us to the top?
Yeah, thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Tony.
Yeah, great to have you here, Tony. So give us a quick an overview on the platform first. Is it built for any specific niche in terms of no code, or is this for anybody?
Yeah, it's mainly designed for developers and product managers to develop internal tools for the company, for the enterprise.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Now, your website is in Japanese. So are you based in Japan?
Sure. Yes, exactly.
Amazing. What is the software industry like over there? Are a lot of SaaS founders like you, or are you the first?
No. No way. No way that I can be the first. The SaaS industry is kind of what bloomed in the past 4 to 5 years, and there are some SaaS unicorns in Japan, and some public SaaS companies already reached. We say when we measure in ARR, they can reach 100 million ARR.
Yep.
So it's kind of close.
Tony, name 3. What would you say are the top 3 software companies in Japan?
Okay, so one is Latka. So another one is called Smart HR. Another one is called Kinton.
Can you spell that one?
Kintone.
Interesting.
Another one is a Smart HR, which is focused on HR area, and another one is a Rakus. Rakus.
Rakusl, Rakusl. Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so the software industry is alive and well in Japan. You're building this no-code tool. I guess help me understand.
Low code.
Low code. Okay, so not no code.
Okay.
So you have to have some engineering background to use it, then, huh?
True.
Okay. What are engineers paying on average per month to use your platform?
Yeah. In Japan, there is a big background or big picture of the industry in Japan is the shortage for software engineer is extremely pain. And a lot of companies are trying to, they have a lot of internal systems, they have a lot of subsystems to be developed, but they could not find the developer in time, at least in their budget time. So we aimed to resolve that with a low-code platform to provide a fast implementation solutions, which is workable for the internal use, because for internal usage, you don't have to have so fancy UIs, just a standard UIs.
And so, Tony, what are folks paying for this software on average per month? What do you charge?
Yeah, we charge for users in USD, it would be like $40 for developers per month, and $10 for normal user per month.
Okay, so if someone signs up and then they add 3 users, it'll be 40 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
What's the average company paying you per month, right? Basically the average number of users total.
Yeah, right now our average revenue MRR average revenue from company is around $200.
Okay. So the average team size then is what? Like it's like a 15-person team using you, paying you $200 a month, something like that.
Some big companies, some big enterprises, we are still small. We are still trying to find our product market fit. So we have some early adapters. Some big companies, they are willing to pay a higher price to support their internal deploy, private deploy. So our average value is like $200 per month per client, but for the middle value is around 100 to 150.
Oh, what's going on there, YouTube? Good to see you guys. Now imagine this. You love watching these interviews with SaaS founders, but imagine if we took all of the valuation data out from over 2,807 interviews I've done manually. Saves you a lot of time. Well, we've done this. We've built it into the beautiful interface inside of FounderPath. Check this out. I'll show you how you can access this in a second, but you log in, you connect your Stripe account, you see your valuation real time, you can see what it changed over the past 88 days, and even set goals for valuation this year. Now, the secret to valuation is there's many different ways to value a SaaS business. So the reason you're going to see 3 or 4 different valuations inside of your FounderPath dashboard, this is all free by the way, is because depending on who's doing the buying of your SaaS company, you're going to get a different valuation. A VC is going to pay a different valuation. Private equity firm is different. If you're going to do a minority sale, that's different. And if you sell the whole business, that's a different valuation. You can see all those when I hover over here. Right, so the teal is what a VC would pay, yellow is what private equity, and red is if you sold the whole thing outright. Now, what's cool about this is not built off random data. Again, you guys hear these interviews on YouTube. All these data are built from real-time valuation data points founders share with us on the show. So traction, 1.2 million, seed round, 3.7 raise, they sold 22% of their business. Go in here and filter by the event. Maybe you only want to see companies that have sold the whole business. Well, here are a bunch that have been acquired, the valuation and the multiple. Maybe you're going out right now and you're raising your seed round. Well, go in here and look at all this recent seed deals that went down, what they raised, what valuation they raised at, and what percent that they sold. There's never been a larger data set of SaaS valuations than what you can get now inside of FounderPath, and we're thrilled to bring it to you. All right, we're going to go back to the YouTube video here in a second, but if you want to check this tool out, if you want to jump in and sign up, you can check it out for free to get your valuation at this link, founderpath.com/products/valuations. Or if you go to founderpath.com and hover over products, click on get your valuation here, and go ahead and sign up to give it a whirl. Again, all that valuation data live right inside the platform. I hope to see you there. All right, let's jump back into the interview.
Can I ask you what your largest customer pays you today? Not that it's a customer.
Yeah. Right now they are paying 100,000 yen, which is around $800 per month.
Okay, that's pretty good. So you said 100,000 Japanese yen?
Yes.
Okay, so that'd be about at today's conversion rate, that'll be about 665 US dollars per month on average.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, this is great. And how many total customers are you working with today?
So far, we started this company last March.
Okay.
And we are in our 19th month at this moment, but we are still trying to find the product and market fit in Japan. Right now, we have more than 10 clients, and we're trying to reach to our first 50 clients.
That's great. So 10 customers paying on average $200 per month means you're doing about $2,000 per month right now in revenue, right?
Yes.
And just so we can measure growth rate, where were you exactly 1 year ago? Do you remember? Were you zero?
Yeah, 1 year ago, it was zero.
So what month did you get your first paying customer?
First paying customer was the contract started on this February. We fixed the contract on January, but the payment was started from February.
That's great. And everyone wants to know, obviously, how people find their first paying customer. How did you find your first paying customer?
Oh, from my friends, from my circles, just referrals.
I see. So it was maybe a former boss or former employee or something like that.
Exactly.
So what do you think your growth channel of the future will be? How do you go from 10 customers to 100 customers?
Wow, that is the answer that we are searching for right now. We are doing some experiments. We are trying on different channels, and we are also trying to figure out which one is best one for us, especially measured on the ROI.
What are you testing, Tony?
The first one is SEO, just inbound leads. Another one is we tried some paid sales assistance from outside, but that both of that doesn't work well at this moment. But we are trying to continue to do the SEO and we trying to find some other companies to help us on the sales.
I see. How many folks are full-time today at the company? Is it just you?
No, at this moment we have 4 full-time members and 2 contractors.
Okay, so 6 total. And are you the sole founder, or do you have a co-founder?
I'm the solo founders.
That's awesome.
I'm
So
the
you have
solo
you own 100% of the company then, right?
We already had fundraised our seed, secured our seed around last year. So we have some seed investors.
How much did you raise in the seed?
In Japan, because it's in Japan, we raised about $500,000 USD.
Okay, $500,000 US. Okay, so $500,000 USD would be about, what is that, like 75 million Japanese yen?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
around
got
that.
it. So 500,000 United States dollars, and most folks in their seed rounds are selling 20% of their company. Were you in that same range?
Oh yeah, exactly. We are saying we sold less than 20%, but more than 50%.
Okay, so between 15 and 20, which means that your valuation was somewhere around 2.5 million, right?
Yes.
How are you able to get that valuation? Are you a second or third time founder? How did you convince investors to bet on you?
Because my previous experience was a CTO in the publicly listed company, so I guess that worked a little bit.
Yep. Now you're cool, right? You don't have to wear suits anymore. You can wear a leather jacket and a white shirt.
It's a painful journey.
Yeah. There's a lot of my listeners, are married. They have a spouse, and they're at a safe corporate job, and they want to quit to launch their own thing. But the spouse is like, I don't know if I want you to do that. Do you have a spouse? And what was their feedback on you quitting corporate for a startup?
Yeah, I'm married and I have 2 kids, 2 young kids, and my wife is very supportive. So she's the golf for me. He's a shelter for me.
That's great. So how do you balance that? Does she sort of have a corporate job while you take the risk at a startup, or how do you balance that?
You mean balance my current situation or
exactly, your current situation, right? So you're taking a big risk. You're managing a family. You have 2 people. Is she working full time at a corporate job for consistency's sake, or how are you balancing all that?
Oh yeah, exactly. So she has to work in another company, so make some stable income for this family. So I took the risk, and we are aiming for a better future.
That's great. Okay, so you raised $500,000. How much revenue do you think you can grow to spending the $500,000 that you raised?
Since we raised the money before we started the company, before we had before we wrote our first line of the code. So actually, right now the situation is kind of difficult for us, and we are trying to balance the income and our outcome and our expenses, so we can keep a low profile and still trying to attract some customers with clearly paying about the internal system.
Yep. Well, we're certainly rooting for you. We're out of time here today. Let's wrap up with a famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite book, Tony?
My favorite book? Okay, Hard Things.
Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
Elon Musk and Sam Altman.
Number 3, what's your favorite online tool for building Dashcomb?
My favorite online tool right now is GitHub.
Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
Oh, difficult question. It's around 4 to 6 hours every day.
Okay. And you said you were married with 2 kids. Can I ask how old you are?
Yeah, I'm 42.
Okay, last question. Something you wish you knew when you were 20.
I wish I would be able to start my first company in my 20s.
Guys, Dashcomb is a low-code tool. He's got 10 paying customers that pay on average $200 per month. So he's doing $2,000 a month in revenue, up from nothing a year ago because he just launched about a year ago. He's got, again, those 10 customers. He raised $500,000 in seed funding at a 2.5-ish million valuation, sold under 20% of the business. His team is 4 folks today that are full-time, 2 contractors. He's taking a risk while his spouse helps manage the family, also working a job as well. We'll see what happens. He jumped out of corporate, publicly traded company to go on this journey. And Tony, we're rooting for you. Dashcomb.com. Thanks for taking us to the top.
Thank you very much. My honor.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers, they try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them and know that I appreciate your guys' support. All right, I'll be in the comments. See ya.